Happy Thanksgiving, everybody, or at least it will be Thanksgiving by the time that I post this video. But yeah, happy holidays. Hopefully you guys are all doing well. I'm actually, right after I'm done making this video, I'm doing a live stream, and then I'm going to be heading down to my brother's for Thanksgiving. So with that said, today I wanted to go through and talk to you guys about some fragrances that are great for just that. Going to Thanksgiving, having a holiday party, whatever it might be. I'm going to give you 5 fragrances as well as a cheapie on top of that are great fragrances to wear during Thanksgiving, whether you're going out to a party, staying at home, whatever it might be. So that's what we're doing today. 5 Thanksgiving fragrances and a cheapie. Without further ado, let's get it. What's good, my great smelling dudes? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Randy, aka Fragrance Dude. Welcome to my channel. Happy holidays. Hopefully you guys are having a fantastic Thanksgiving. And if you don't celebrate Thanksgiving, I hopefully that you guys are having a fantastic day in general. Before we get into this video, if you're not already, hit the subscribe button and then hit that like on your way in or out. Comment below. Let me know what fragrances you're wearing on this beautiful Thanksgiving day. And again, I know a lot of you guys live outside the country or just don't celebrate Thanksgiving at all. So just let me know what you're wearing on this day. That's all. Scent of the day. With that said, today we're going to be talking about 5 fragrances and then 1 cheapie or clone, just in case you're on the looking for more inexpensive fragrances to wear today. Fragrances to wear to that holiday party, or whether you're by yourself at home or you're getting together with 50 family members to eat turkey and cranberries and sauce and all of that stuff, even though I actually don't like turkey. We deep fry the turkey and then I eat the skin around it, but I don't like turkey. Makes me fall asleep and I never like the taste. I also don't like the cranberry sauce. I usually eat a bunch of stuffing and mashed potatoes and whatnot, but and honey baked ham. That stuff's really good. With that said, today I'm going to be going through 5 fragrances as well as 1 cheapie / clone that are great to wear to those Thanksgiving Day celebrations, or again, just if you don't celebrate Thanksgiving, whenever. I always wore the same fragrance. For the last 8 years, I wore the same fragrance on Thanksgiving and Christmas, and I decided to switch it up this year. Both me and my wife decided, technically, because I wore this about a week ago, and she goes, that would fit perfectly. And I said, yeah, I actually agree. This is discontinued, but you can still find it on eBay and Mercari for a very good price. This is Polo Red Intense. So if you don't know what the Polo Red line is, which I'm guessing because you follow my channel, most of you guys do, the line surrounds itself by 2 things. Cranberry and coffee. The original Polo Red is kind of like a blend of the 2 with other things. The EDP strays itself the furthest away. Then you have the extreme, which is a bulk of coffee. So it amps up the coffee and tones down the cranberry. And then Red Intense, which extreme is really good. That could have been worn today too. Red Intense, it amps up the cranberry and dials down everything else. So that's why this is perfect for either Christmas or Thanksgiving. But Thanksgiving, because of the cranberries and cranberry sauce and stuff that you see around the holidays, this seems like it fits the mold perfectly. And I mean, the cranberry in this is like the most noticeable that you can smell a cranberry in pretty much any fragrance that I've ever smelled. There might be fragrances out there that have more, but I'm telling you, this is like 70-80% cranberry, and it smells beautiful. It's fruity, and then it has that warm kind of semi-coffiness underneath the rest of the fragrance. It has that Polo Red DNA. It's like picture the original Polo Red if you just put a shit ton of cranberry on top. That's exactly what this smells like, and it smells fantastic. I have a small one, yes, that's what she said. No, not really, but I wanted the big one. It's just this one Jeff from SoCal Scents was selling, and I just got it from him And I mean, honestly, I won't wear through the whole thing. I mean, it's discontinued and I still have about that much left. So, but that's Polo Red Intense. That is the one that I will be wearing on Thanksgiving, even though, again, I'm filming this a couple days before Thanksgiving. But I hopefully you guys, if you have that in your collection, you think about that one as a scent of the day for Thanksgiving. Going to the next one, the one that I always wear during the holidays. If you've been following my channel for at least a year, you know that this one is the one that I wear for holidays. And then for Christmas, sometimes I wear this one and then I switch it to Burberry London for the nighttime. But this is Kilian Angel Share. Kilian Angel Share is the ideal fall and winter holiday fragrance. It smells like a warm, boozy cinnamon bun drink. It's warm. It's literally everybody from every sex likes it. I mean, you can't really not like Angel Share. I mean, if you don't like it, like I know like one of my moderator sisters doesn't like the woodiness from it. While I don't get like a heavy woods from it, I can smell what you're talking about, but I mean, most of the time, Angel Share is a knockout of the park for pretty much anybody from any sex. It's definitely a unisex fragrance, but it smells like a warm, boozy cinnamon bun drink. I said it the other day, it smells like if you walk past Cinnabon, like the store Cinnabon, and then you just took that smell and then added a bunch of like ambers and resins and some woods and then some booze. That's pretty much what it smells like. And it smells absolutely fantastic. I just decided to give it a rest because I wore a lot of Angel Share the last couple weeks. And honestly, this one, didn't even think about it, but it fits the mold perfectly for Thanksgiving. Anyway, so going to the next one. So if you want to get away from the fruity or the sweet or whatever, and you want to get something, again, like I said, if you don't want to... I had a question yesterday from somebody that says, my parents don't really like these really loud smells or sweet smells, and anytime I get in the car or go to a holiday party, they're always complaining about the smell. I said, well, the way to really fix that is what you need to do. You need to spray your fragrance at least an hour before you leave, or at least a half hour before you leave. You need to spray it at least 6 to 10 inches away from yourself so you're wide dispersal and not concentrated, and just do a lighter spray. And with that said, you also need to wear something more clean and refreshing, because then they'll really pair that with more of a soap or anything like that. And this really would fit that bill. Any Bleu fragrance really would. This is Bleu de Chanel Eau de Parfum. Bleu de Chanel Eau de Parfum. It has a masculine touch to it. It's not something that you want to overspray because it is pretty strong. If you want a lighter version of it, then go with the Eau de Toilette. But you could go with this. You could go with Dior Sauvage Parfum. You could go with YSL Le Parfum or the EDP. Those are all great Bleu fragrances. I chose this one because this one has this masculine touch to it. It has the grapefruit, the ginger. You also get a little bit of that incense and amberwood as you get to the dry down. It's always like a best of both worlds. You get the freshness and the citrus from the original, and then you get that kind of depth and warmth that you get from the Parfum, and you blend it together with the nice performance. Bleu de Chanel Eau de Parfum leaves you smelling clean, fresh, and invigorating, while at the same time having this warm, masculine feeling to it. And that's why I really like the fragrance, and that's why if you're looking for something that's just going to not make you fully stand out, but if you want to smell good and people will compliment you, that's going to be great, and it's not going to be too offensive if you're going to be in close proximity to other people. With that said, going into the next one, this one kind of gets in between. You get the sweetness, but you also do get this unique touch to it. This is one that came out last year, and I really, really am enjoying it. I'm so glad that we're now at the holidays and the cooler weather so I can wear it. This is Goldfield and Banks Ingenious Ginger. This, basically think of like a lemon pound cake and then pour ginger ale on top. That is what you have with this fragrance. And then a little bit of this kind of like ambery vanilla sweetness that just blends in as you get further into the fragrance. But it's creamy, effervescent. It has this like sharpness that you get from the ginger that's smoothened out by that lemon. And it's a very beautiful fragrance. It has, I almost had to cough. So if you've ever tried the ginger fragrances, for instance, like Bulgari Tiger, Maybassu Wondrous Flight, Suspiro Vibrato, take that style of fragrance, that warm, that like light, crisp, airy citrus ginger pop, and then add this creamy warmth and amber and vanilla mixture and just kind of make a winterized fall cool weather version of that. And that's what you have with this. If you like those styles, you would definitely be amiss to not try this fragrance. Ingenious Ginger is beautiful. It's invigorating. It's at the same time, it's warm and creamy and sensual and has that cuddling style feel to it. And it also has a nice uniqueness that it also does set itself apart from those other ones where it doesn't make it redundant to own. And so when I first bought it, I thought it was, but it honestly is just like, it's one of those style of ginger fragrances that you can wear during the cold weather. But yeah, that is Ingenious Ginger by Goldfield and Banks. It's an A+ in my book. It's so good, and I actually think I like it better than all of those. Going into the last regular one, and then I'll get into the cologne. This one is, again, if you don't want the sweet fragrances, you want to be more masculine, and you want to feel like you want to walk in, and you're one of those guys that dresses up real nice for the holidays. You get like a leather jacket, you get some nice Timberlands or Doc Martens or something, khakis. That's what you're going to be wearing with this guy. This is Creed Aventus Cologne, or you could go with Creed Aventus. You could go with any really in that style. I actually really prefer lately Scent of Peace by Bond Number 9. I really like that. It's in the same vein. Citrus, woody, that's what this really revolves around. I like this better than the original Aventus. But you get this, you still get the Gaiac wood, you still get the warmth that you get in the dry down and that masculine woody tone. But in this one, instead of that like heavy pineapple that you would get, well, depending on the batch of Aventus, this one has that nice bright citrus. And so, I mean, I don't really need to go too in-depth on Aventus Cologne. You guys know what it smells like. It's fresh and it's clean, and it has that masculine take to it that is just all the other fragrances on this list don't really have. And it has that quality, and so you're going to walk in smelling like $1 million. And so Aventus Cologne is definitely great, depending on the weather. I mean, if you're in like the 30s or 40s, I'd probably go with one of the other ones on the list, but if you're in the 50s above, go ahead with Aventus Cologne, but really you can wear it in any situation. I do have to say, though, if it is in that cooler realm, get some Baccarat Rouge 540. Spray it down first and then put the Aventus Cologne down. Thank me later. And then now we're going to get into the cologne. This one, again, you want to go with leather jacket, or even if you don't have a leather jacket, you want to smell it. It has a lot of different facets to this fragrance that it really makes you smell masculine, but it also has a nice, warm, almost semi-fruity tinge to it. This is Fragrance World Suits YSL Tuxedo Cologne, and it gets it very, very well. I've tried a few tuxedo clones, and while there are some that are maybe a tad closer, this one is really close. There are some that are like almost 100% close. This one, it just has this fruity leather, then a little bit of amber underneath it that just it just does it for me. I've tried YSL Tuxedo, and while that is better, it's not better enough that I have to buy it. And unlike Baby Cat, where I've tried like a few of the clones and they smell great, it's just Baby Cat's Baby Cat. Tuxedo's Tuxedo, but this gets it close enough to the point where I don't care. And it's like, I don't want to spend the $300 if I can just get this. Fragrance World Suits is just beautiful. If you want a nice fruity leather, ambery, a little bit of spice, that's just beautiful. And it's like $40 less. $40 or less, $200 less than what you would get on discounters for YSL Tuxedo. But that is Thanksgiving Day fragrances. Again, I'm recording this a few days before, but happy Thanksgiving to everybody. And let me know what you were going to be wearing on Thanksgiving. Those are the ones that I would be wearing if I had a choice, and this is the choice that I made. Polo Red Intense. So, yeah, happy holidays. Be safe, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace out.